if you're looking for a woman, it's not how rich you are. If you're looking for a man, it's not how rich you are. It is all about the grace of God, the blessing of God. And it is important to begin such special journey with God. And let God be the only third party. When we began our relationship, we didn't discuss that with anyone. It was just between both of us.
Yes, coming to think of that.
Yes. We did not ask the opinion of any friend. No one closer to us. Oh, look, I want to date this person. What do you think? No pastor. No bishop.
Matchmaker.
No. No online dating sites or questionnaire.
They had failed.
Yes.
And this really taught me a very big lesson, because most times as Christians,
she thought her husband was just going to be in the church wherever she goes, the church waiting for her.
He'll be
on the pulpit preaching.
And again, sometimes,
but here I am preaching with you guys.
Sometimes again, as people who grow up in the church, or when you grow up in the church, you believe that your pastor is going to speak a word to say this man is
my husband. Yeah.
Okay, I have reservations with that. That is a man you're going to live with for the rest of your life. And if God is not speaking to you,
why do you think?
You need to be asking yourself a question.
Yes.
I mean questions actually.
Yeah.
So God is not speaking to you, which means that you may not be at peace with him.
Exactly. And you need to make those amends,
because you need him speaking to you.
Yes.
Because this journey, you would be in it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So if he is not speaking to you concerning the journey you're about to embark on,
that's right,
there's a problem there.
There is.
So I will not, with what I know now, I will not just take it from a pastor or a bishop or whatever the title is. I will not just take it from him or her that a certain man is my husband. No, I want God to speak to me, and if anything I need to do to get him speaking to me, I will do it. If I need to get my life straight, I need to, mend my relationship with him so that he speaks to me concerning this particular matter, I will do it, because marriage,
it's a journey that you don't want to play with. You want to ensure that you are embarking on the right journey.
Your life,
you are in the right car. You are with the right person, and then you are moving together. It gets sometimes so stressful, sometimes so challenging. But when you are with the right person, those challenges, they are handled with ease.
Yes.
And in addition to what you were talking about, like people contacting, maybe like asking pastors to speak into their life regarding who is their husband and stuff like that, we have to also remember, or also be very clear, sometimes the reason why you are probably not hearing the word of God is because that sin has kept us far away from God. So we have to start retracing our steps, cleansing our way, cleaning ourselves. We're going back to the Lord in prayer, asking for forgiveness, making sure that our path are made clean and clear of sin, so that we can hear the voice of God. He was speaking, you weren't listening. And it is important to keep your mind, ears, heart, soul focused on God. And you would hear the voice of God concerning the matter you pray about. And it's something that I'm so privileged to have gone through it, and I can testify to the results that came out of it, and I'm still enjoying the fruits of those things till today. Many were the times that when I went into relationship, I never even prayed about it. I never even asked the mind of God on the issue. I just did it out of my human will, and it never went anywhere. It didn't go anywhere because that wasn't the will of God. When I was about going into relationship with my wife, at the time when we were friends, we said there was nothing attached. We're just friends. We said, okay, let's pray about this. But in the process of praying about this, let's fast.
Yes.
And in the process of fasting, God revealed himself in a big way.
I think at that point in our lives, like we've come to a place where we were not ready to make mistakes anymore.
Yes.
Or to just play around. Like,
yeah. I think we had made enough mistakes.
Yes.
It wasn't about time to say, okay, let's try and error kind of thing.
Try. No. Like, this is serious. If it's not meant to happen, we don't want
to waste each other's time.
Yes.
We just want to, and we don't want to ruin the friendship as well. Because quite often people, as as a generation, we don't pray about certain things. Going to certain relationship, maybe the person was your best friend, and now when it doesn't work out, the person turns out to become your enemy.
Yes.
So you've lost that friendship. But if you pray about it, and then the will of God is revealed, then if the will of God says, okay, don't go into this relationship, or it's not meant to be, then you can still remain as friends. You see? And you move on your life.
Yes.
However, when we don't do that and we use our human will, thinking that love is by might or by strength, we fail.
Absolutely.
This earth is not by strength, it's not for the swift. It is by the Spirit of God, or the wisdom of God, or wisdom that cometh from God. You might think sin, it's only when you fornicate, when you commit adultery. There are many other sins we commit without even going through that path. Things like thoughts, when you have some thought for a neighbor, or things like when you are supposed to be doing some charity, you are failing to do that. There are so many ways of committing, and like the 10 Commandments kind of summarizes it all. And so we have to start clearing our ways so that we can strive to be perfect. We can strive to be sinless, and that holds spiritual willingness to strive to be perfect or without a sin is what God is looking. The willingness, actually, you are seeking to be perfect, or you are seeking to be cleansed, is what the Lord sees, and He sees the heart, and you will hear His voice. So it is my prayer and hope that if you are about beginning your life's journey with, like in terms of marriage, you're going into marriage or relationship, you need to seek the voice of God, the will of God in the relationship. Directly.
Yes. It's really important.
And all you need to do is hold hands, be sincere with yourself. Hold hands with your partner and agree on the situation and pray about it. Not that you should agree to date each other. That's what I'm saying. Agree on the fact that you want to find out the will of God, if it's meant to be for both of you, and pray about it. And naturally, how things will turn out, and hearing the voice of God, you will know if it's meant to be or not. And it's my prayer that you would go through this spiritual exercise and come out as a better person. We went through it. It worked for us. We never discussed it, like my wife said, we never discussed it with anybody. It was something we held hands and prayed about, fasted for quite a good period, and each time prayed together. And when we broke the fast, when we finally finished the fast and broke the last day our fast, we realized what we had seen, and the results of what we did.
I think it started manifesting.
Yeah.
Weeks later, months later, things happened.
It was very clear. The path was very clear.
But even nothing could come between what God had written concerning our lives.
That's true.
Because we committed it into His hands and just telling Him that we have no power of our own. And He really intervened.
He did.
And like you said, when we decide to rely on the finished work of Christ on the cross, He already paid that price.
That's
if there's something preventing us from reaching God,
we need to take out those barriers.
We just rely on the finished work, because you will need to hear.
That's
and
right.
it saddled our generation that a lot of us don't want to do the work.
No.
Churches do what I call matchmaking.
Yes.
And it's really simple to matchmake people. If you are having a little bit of experience, you can easily matchmake people.
Yeah.
Even unbelievers are doing matchmaking, and sometimes the couples they match actually go through life forever.
And some of those couples also actually go through life, but the only thing that's actually keeping them is because of the fear of the pastor, not disappointing the pastor or not disappointing their spiritual leader. So they actually are forced to be together for a long period. Meanwhile, there are certain things that they are going through. And it is there's nothing wrong with asking that, oh, pastor,
Pray
with me. I'm going through this exercise with my wife,
or
or
advice.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with
But
that.
to tell you, this man is your husband,
Yes.
this man is your wife,
Yeah.
and you don't have any confirmation
It's something that is
given directly to you.
yeah.
It's
I would
something
say
that
it's quite a heavy thing
Yes.
to take in without seeking answers from God directly.
we've had people try
Yes.
to intervene in our lives to say, you know,
And I can tell you, there are many instances sometimes in our lives. You see certain people, even like including pastors and stuff, they will approach, they'll come to one and say, oh yeah, God said you are my wife. But at the end of the day, you see that the person, they never even married, or they did not marry. The person went ahead to marry someone else. If those people have committed into prayer and seek the mind of God, the mind of God still speaks, or the will of God still speaks.
Yes.
And that is very more important than just allowing our human body and thoughts to take control of our decision-making process. And it is something we went through, and we're grateful to God.
Yeah.
The results we obtained and how far we have come. And we hope our journey on this decision we had to make is still impacting our life till today. And I believe we made very sincere prayers. We went through that self-endurance of fasting and hoping that God will look inside us and see the sincerity in our hearts.
And he did.
And He did. And we're grateful for that.
Yes.
And it's never, one thing I also want to mention is that it's never too late to still commit this type of prayer into the hands of God. If you're already dating, if you're already in marriage or relationship,
Yes.
you can still agree, hold hands with your wife and pray, or hold hands with your partner and pray about your relationship and marriage, and the Lord will speak. It is not my aim that if you are married now, you pray and then God will say you should divorce. But what I'm saying is that you pray that the will of God be done. Yes. And that if you guys are meant to be together, that He would strengthen the marriage, that nothing can keep you guys apart. That doesn't mean challenges wouldn't come. They may come. However, the Spirit of God will be your strength.
I mean, remember when Christ was in the boat?
Yes.
They still had storm.
Yes. Even, can you imagine?
huge
Christ,
one.
God was in the boat,
And
yet the devil came.
The storm was raging.
He raged.
So it doesn't mean when you pray in your marriage, you won't have problems, you won't have
Storms will
storms
come.
and challenges.
Yes.
It would come, but you will have the peace of Christ to go through
Absolutely.
that, and you will come out
That's true.
victorious.
Yep, I agree.
That's really good. Like, it just doesn't take it away.
Automatically.
We'll still go through that because that helps us to be better
Individuals.
Yes.
Yeah. Something we had to make many years back, especially when we wanted to begin our actual love story.
Just to start planning towards our lives.
our
and
lives.
now planning things together.
All right. This was a very important moment in our life, and we're happy to share with you. And we'll see you in our next video.
Bye.